Hey, everybody out there in Internet Land. It is Ms. from Long Island, New York. Let's take a look at the manual for pole position 2, which is high performance racing at its best. This manual is available at thegameisafootarcade.com. The link to that is in the description. Check that out if you get a chance, if you want to read this one for yourself, or if you want to check out some other cool manuals. I have no idea what else is on that site, but they have some cool Atari manuals. If you are watching this video, I would appreciate if you click that like button. I know everybody says it, but it does help a lot. Anyway, pole position 2, video game cartridge for the Atari 7800 Pro system and Atari 7800 over here. For the Atari 7800 Pro system over there, they really want you to know what it was for. Pole position 2 is engineered and designed by Namco Ltd. Namco or Namco? I never knew. Manufactured under license by Atari Inc., trademark and copyright Namco 1982 and 1983. Are you good enough to race with the best? Do you have the nerve and skill to be a professional race car driver? Pit yourself against the clock and the competition, the world's top high-performance Formula One racers. And let's find out. Choose among four race courses. There's the easy test course. On the Fuji track, you'll encounter some obstacles, billboards, puddles, and other cars. I love how other cars is the third thing they mention. It's clearly the most prominent of your obstacles. The seaside track is the intermediate course, set in a landscape by the sea, and the Suzuka is the most difficult of the tracks, set in the midst of a traveling carnival. And all that means is the traveling carnival is on the horizon. You're not actually driving around within a carnival, which would be kind of cool if they could have pulled that off. Drivers, start your engines, insert the cartridge. The 4 tracks are listed on the screen. The first lap in a race has a maximum time limit of 75 seconds. Each race has a total of 5 laps you must complete. You begin a new lap with an additional 60 seconds to complete it, only if you've finished the previous lap in the allotted time. When you're ready to qualify for a race, press either fire button. Once you've qualified, the race you've selected begins in a matter of seconds. It's not even like loading screen, but it begins in a matter of seconds. If you're in the middle of a race and want to start over, press reset. Pressing select will return you to the screen where you can choose the race you want. Press pause to pause during a game. Press it again to resume play. After a pause of 15 to 30 minutes, the screen will go blank. Simply move your joystick and the game will reappear. So that's interesting because it's 15 to 30 minutes. It's not an exact amount of time. You would think that an exact amount of time would be programmed in before the game went to a blank screen on the pause. But 15 to 30 minutes, is it left open to interpretation by the Atari system? What is happening here? Why isn't it an exact amount of time that happens every time you play? And if it is an exact amount of time that happens every time you play, why didn't they just say that here? Kind of weird, but we're not going to test it right now. You're free to test it on your own. Maneuvering your racer. Steer your racer by moving your joystick to the left or right. Press the left fire button on your controller to accelerate. Press the right fire button to brake. Why include the word fire there? Just say button. Press the left button on your controller to accelerate. Press the right button to brake. You're not firing. This is a driving game. There's no firing. Start out in low gear by pulling back on your joystick. To shift into high gear, push your joystick forward. All right, the rules of qualifying. 120 driving seconds in the qualifying run, but must achieve a lap of 73 seconds or better to qualify for a race. When you qualify for the pole position, you're given the prime starting position in the inside lane. This is the pole position, which I know because you just told me that it's the pole position. The first time, you didn't put it in quotation marks. The second time, you did. There were some editorial shenanigans happening at Nameco in 1983 or whatever. If you don't qualify, you'll be allowed to continue driving for the remainder of the 120 seconds, which, come on, that's kind of nice. You didn't make it. Your career is over. Thanks for the quarter. Keep playing for the next 30 seconds. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Go for it. If you hit another car, you and the obstacle you've hit will explode, costing you precious time. You'll also wipe out if you run into a road sign. Yes, by wipe out, they mean explode. Hitting a puddle will slow you down considerably. No matter how many times you crash, you'll receive another car until your time runs out. And by receive another car, they mean it just appears on the road. Try to keep your car on the road. You'll lose time when you drive off track. Skidding also causes your car to slow down. Gun it on the straightaways. What straightaways? If you find yourself going too fast, downshift for the difficult turns. All right, and we have some information on scoring. Each lap, 10,000 points. Each car passed, 50 points. Finish the race. Each second of time left on the clock is worth 200 points. And you get points for how you qualify at the beginning. 4,000 points is pole position. Meanwhile, if you get 8th place, 200 measly points. The manual here was printed in 1987 in Taiwan. Taiwan is a country. No reproduction of this document or any portion of its contents is allowed without specific written permission of Atari Corporation. Atari, I hate to tell you, someone reproduced your document. Now that information is online. I found it. I loaded it on my web browser, and now I have included it in this video. I've said enough. I've incriminated myself. Be kind and considerate to your neighbors. They're coming for me.